This is the Love First podcast. It's your boy, Kata Don.
It's your boy, Wraith.
Yes, we're back with another one.
Yeah.
Back with another one. We actually have a very disturbing but important topic that
to talk about.
We do need to talk about and discuss.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, right? So one of their creators, right, Dan Harmon, he's under scrutiny for a pilot episode that he made a few years back. I think around...
I think it was 11 years ago.
From 2009? Oh. Yeah, so they're saying around 2009, but it reemerged. How it actually got brought to my attention, right, was a lot of people, someone brought it to me, they were like, yeah, on social media, everyone's reposting, hey, if you still like Rick and Morty after this, then unfriend me, this and that.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, everyone kept doing it. And I personally have a thing against cancel culture, right?
Yeah, like, we already addressed cancel culture in the past, but, this time around it's actually...
a little different. So I'm going into it, right? And I'm like, okay, cancel culture's at it again. Someone did something 10 years ago. Let me see what's going on. So I want to do research before I just jump in the bandwagon of everybody's saying. Find out what's going on.
Absolutely. Yep. So,
see the video. So I see a preview of the video before the actual video, right? So the preview, man, it's crazy. Even just like talking about it, man, describing it, it's just
previews is very disturbing.
Very disturbing. So nobody's been reposting the videos, right? So that was the thing too. People are just posting that phrase and sharing.
I saw the video on Twitter.
So now that seen the video.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, so Dan Harmon, right, the creator for Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
He starts off in the video, he's saying he did this pilot for Showtime. It's a comedy show that he's supposed to do for them. It's a little edgy.
Edgy?
And he gets into it. It shows this guy, it looks like he's like in a therapy session, and he's getting medicine from his therapy. Then it's a narration, and it's disturbing. And it's basically this guy, the therapist, whatever, drugged up the other guy so he could basically like do things to the baby, right?
Yeah.
Very inappropriate, disturbing.
Which
It's like
is already sounding disturbing.
And this is a comedy show pilot, right?
And this is before Rick and Morty.
And it's crazy. So he comes into the window and they have a baby doll, right? So they make it clear it's a doll, but the doll represents a baby. Then he goes into the room and then that's when the preview stops. I was like, yo, this is horrible. This is unacceptable. I don't mess with it.
That's not when the preview stops.
No. Well, that's not the actual video. So that's the preview, right? So then someone's like, let's actually see the whole video.
Extended
maybe something could have been taken out of context. See the whole thing, right? Make sure, right? I was like, that looks pretty crazy. I don't know how it could be saved, but the whole thing, right? And it just proceeded to get worse. I didn't think it was possible to get worse. It proceeded to get worse. So even though he's blurred out, he's doing certain motions that are just horrible to the doll. Just crazy, disturbing. How is this comedy? How are you pitching? This is the pilot episode that he wanted to base a show around this.
I didn't even, like, the extended clip, I was like, nah, I'm cutting this off. Oh, where this is going. I want to watch.
You don't want to. Trust me when I tell you do not even want to watch the full thing.
You didn't want to see that.
The preview's enough. The preview's already too much. You know what I'm saying? Like...
But the fact that the show has not gotten canceled yet,
and Rick and Morty hasn't been canceled yet. People are in these talks, and it hasn't been canceled. So my thing, what's crazy? Okay, the show didn't get picked up by Showtime, right? And then I believe someone even said that. Well, the show didn't get picked up by Showtime. My thing is like, but look at this man's career path. So after doing this like that and still promoting it, because even after Showtime didn't pick it up, this content got released because he was still pushing it and still showing it to people.
Yep.
So his career path led him to Rick and Morty after that.
And Rick and Morty is successful.
But Rick and Morty, right, has a disclaimer that it's not a kid show. I personally feel that we live in a time that you can say the truth about a situation, but legally you can get in trouble for it because we have things called disclaimers. It's what I feel.
Yeah, it's what you feel.
What I feel. So, with that being said, I feel Rick and Morty is on Adult Swim, right? It's Cartoon Network, but apparently I feel like it's Cartoon Network, right? Yeah. So, I feel like it's Cartoon Network. But at a certain time, it becomes Adult Swim.
Yeah, it becomes more mature.
So,
which is Cartoon Network.
well, so my thing is, Cartoon Network owns a bunch of networks, and they have different channels.
Yeah.
Adult Swim could have been easily on another channel.
Absolutely.
I feel.
All of them are kids channels.
Yeah, I feel. If you had a TV show, you want that fan base from that channel, you want to be on that channel, right? Every show that you go to, if you want to get picked up by a network, you want the fan base of that network.
Absolutely.
Right? So what is the fan base, what is the target demographic for Cartoon Network? Cartoon Network channel launched October 1st, 1992, primarily broadcast animated television series, mostly children's programming ranging from action to animated comedy. It operates usually because with Adult Swim, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and it targets children between 7 and 15 years old. So Cartoon Network targets 7 to 15 years old. Well, from 6 to 8 p.m. because after 8 p.m. anybody that's 7 to 15 years old apparently they go to sleep, but they don't watch Cartoon Network.
They just magically go to sleep.
I think they magically, because 15-year-olds. Well, of course.
Even on weekends.
15-year-olds go to sleep.
15-year-olds go to sleep
at 8 o'clock on weekends.
On weekends.
On weekdays.
I feel that's
I don't know. I feel like 10-year-olds don't go to sleep at 8 o'clock. But neither here nor there. So now I want to do research and I'm looking at Adult Swim, right? Because we claim this is a different network. Well, who's your target demographic? Right? So, Rick and Morty personally, so looking up these demographics, which is kind of put out. According to Time Warner Cable, the parent company to Adult Swim, the demographic vastly made of numbers from men compared to women, and they target between the ages 18 and 35. So they're saying they're not targeting the audience of Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network makes a lot of money from 7 to 15, but at 8 p.m., it's not Cartoon Network anymore. Now, my thing is, like, they'll say there's disclaimers, and, and they'll be like, it's on the parents. You can't watch the kids. That's on you, the parents. The disclaimer's out there. So I say, yes, it is on the parents. So how do we allow... How are we messing with Cartoon Network at all? Right? Because that's what's going on with Adult Swim. Because I have the theory, Rick and Morty, right? They don't target kids, right? But I feel like if we were to do an online search, we could find kids' backpacks. We could find kids' merch.
Absolutely.
I have that theory. I would just say Google it and see yourself. I have a theory that animations with kids in it might be trying to target kids. If the kid is a main character in an animated show.
The kid is a main character.
A lot of Adult Swim
That's the crazy
kids
part.
in the thing.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not targeting kids, even though this channel is mostly dedicated for a target audience for 7 to 15. It mostly is what they're saying. I feel like it's fully targeted because that's the bread and butter of that network.
I feel like Adult Swim should be on a different channel.
So I went to do some research, right? Yeah. So I'm looking at, you can see viewership, you can see ratings and all of that. It is extremely hard to find viewership of Rick and Morty, but what does get publicized is, hey, they did a killing. This episode, we had so many 18 to 35-year-olds watching. Like, we have the top for 18 to 35. That's cool. So to me, it sounds like, okay, you might have had 1 million or 2 18 to 35-year-olds watching. But what I don't see is, well, what are the viewership number? Because I want to know how many people under 18 are watching. Is that half of the fan base? Is it 25%? Is it most?
That's the whole thing. When they put a disclaimer, they're saying that they're not responsible for it. And that's a problem on a kids network. Because it is a kids network. It started out as a kids network. It's supposed to be a kids network.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a kids network. That's why I said Adult Swim should be on a different channel.
And it really does. And it does fall on the parents. But not to just, let's cut off the TV at 8. No, let's cut that off completely. Because they own other networks and can put this on a whole different channel. But yeah, it's on Cartoon Network. So I just want to say that's something to think about. That's extremely disturbing.
Like the responsibility is on the parents, but at the same time, if you're on a kids network, the responsibility as well is kind of like on you too. That's why I said like Adult Swim, like it shouldn't be on Cartoon Network because you know, there probably are some kids between the ranges from 7 to 15 that probably still watch that network even after that time, and probably watch some of those Adult Swim shows that are for the mature audience.
And it's kind of crazy because a few years ago, and as I'm doing research, I seen someone even posted a press release into a news board, and it's like, did you guys see these numbers? More kids from age 6 to 11 are watching Adult Swim than adults 18 to 34. They try to make it clear who's targeting, but I feel like it's extremely hard to see the actual viewership. Yeah. And to me, I feel we live in a world where you could just go a disclaimer on anything and then do the opposite because you have a disclaimer.
Absolutely.
And not care.
Which is what they're doing. So,
it's really on you, man. I feel like that's extremely unacceptable. One, Rick and Morty should be off the air.
Rick and Morty should definitely be off the air. I'm just like...
Off the air. And Adult Swim needs to be off Cartoon Network or start messing with Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
At that point. Because it really... It shows you the overall intentions. And we live in a world like if someone's not... Yeah, I swear it feels like we live in a world where someone could be stabbing you and no one will believe it until the person said, no, I'm stabbing you. They're like, no, I'm not being stabbed because they didn't say they're stabbing me.
It's a prank.
Like,
it's a prank.
It blows my mind. Please open your eyes and stop waiting for this. Because even when Adult Swim first came on Cartoon Network, a blind man could see this, man.
And the fact that pilot was a quote-unquote joke or comedy, like, bro, how was that a joke or comedy, bro?
It's not funny.
Like...
It's not funny at all.
That's disturbing to watch.
It's disturbing that he felt comfortable enough to pitch that to Showtime. It's disturbing that he has a crazy successful career after that. It's disturbing that he was still showing the video after the Showtime.
That's how he
what makes
for
it
you.
disturbing is that he's showing something that basically like pedophilia. But because it is a doll, it's not considered pedophilia.
Oh, come on.
But no, this is the argument is because he used the doll. No, this is blatant pedophilia.
I went on Twitter and there were some people actually defending him. I'm like, yo, y'all.
Well, what are they saying?
Yeah.
How do you defend
Yeah.
that?
There's no joking with pedophilia. Like who?
How do you? And this is a pilot.
No like this.
It's not even just a joke. Like the whole show was gonna be created off this pilot. We was gonna.
Yeah.
How do you build a show of that?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in a show, and you're gonna build a show of that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why it didn't get picked up.
I think it get picked. I feel like executives seen it and didn't even say no. I feel like they tested it out. I feel like they actually got tested before there was a no.
Cancel culture. I don't usually like y'all, but right now,
y'all get one pass.
y'all need to cancel this guy, and he needs to catch the hands because, like, no.
Yeah, that's wild.
This is just how we feel, though.
Just how we feel.
This is how everybody should feel about this. Like,
because there's disclaimers out there and legalities. So this is how we feel.
It's a personal opinion.
Personal opinion. If you don't share that,
something's wrong.
That's on you. All I gotta say is wake up.
Definitely need to wake up.
So that's something serious that we just had to address. That's something that you guys should be addressing and not sit still feeling comfortable about whatsoever. Don't take for something. The whole Adult Swim needs to be addressed. Like, don't take for something else happening with a different show for you to get that. Like
somebody's career should go down when something like that happens. Like the fact that didn't work out and then like his career just went up. Like,
shouldn't he be on the streets with something like that?
Like how many seasons of Rick and Morty is there?
Rick and Morty, too many. If y'all let season 6 happen,
not with somebody like that at the helm. No.
This is what we call wake up alert, and we just pray that y'all wake up.
Yeah, for real.
So
I need to seriously wake up.
Cancel culture, y'all get one pass, and this is not, cancel culture doesn't get a pass. This is beyond cancel culture. This is something that everyone needs to just be actively addressing.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact.
That's our wake up alert. That's what we got for you. Love First Podcast. Y'all know where to find us. Y'all know how to follow us. Why hate when you can love first? Love first. Podcast.